Okay, today we're going to start looking at algebra. And first of all, a little bit of work on just some algebraic expressions. So I'm going to introduce Nellie to you. Nellie is this elephant here, and Nellie is n years old. So this is all algebra is. If we don't know how old someone is or the value of something, we just give it an algebraic name. So we don't know how old Nellie is, so we've called her n years old. And essentially that is all algebra is, an unknown value. So for our first task, we're going to use Nellie's age to write some expressions for some other elephants. So I'm going to go through a couple of examples here, and then you're going to give the rest of this table a go. So first of all, we'll look at John together. John is 3 years older than Nellie. So if John is 3 years older, we can use Ellie's age of n to know that we need to add 3 to it. Okay. Then if we look at Philip, down here, number 4, Philip is 5 times Nellie's age. Now, quite a lot of students will write n times 5. You are all mathematicians, so you are going to write this, and this you're going to think about what I'm about to say when you fill in the rest in a moment. You are always aiming to write it like a mathematician would write it. So a mathematician would not write n times 5, they would write 5n. So when a number in front, that's called a coefficient, that number 5, is pushed up close to an algebraic expression or term, like n, we know that that is a multiplication. Okay. So I'd like you to pause the video and in your books, on your paper, have a go at filling in the rest of that table, please, as best as you can, and then unpause the video when you're ready to have a look at it together. Go. Okay, so let's go through these together now. So we did John together. You can mark yours off as we go through. So Sue is 4 years younger, so that one will be n minus 4, 4 years younger than Nellie. And Fran is 5 years older, so a bit like John, instead of 3 years, 5 years. Number 5, Mark. Mark is twice Nellie's age. Twice just means 2 times, so 2 times n, or 2n. Now, number 6, Ruth is half Nellie's age. Now, when we half something, we divide it by 2. So we could use a division. However, I wanted you to think carefully about always writing as a mathematician would. Now, a mathematician wouldn't write n divided by 2, as we've written it there. They would always write it, or write their division as a fraction. So if you didn't write it as a fraction, I want you to make a little note on yours now to always write as a mathematician would, and just correct yours or improve it to n over 2. Okay? You're not incorrect with n divided by 2, but you can just improve your answer. Okay. Number 7, Lucy is 2 times older, so 2n plus 3. So that's going to have 2 parts to it. Important there, it was multiplied by 2 first, and then 3 was added. Whereas if we look at number 8, Toby is 2 years younger, so n minus 2, but then that new age has been multiplied by 3. So we need to just use brackets there to show that it's all been multiplied by 3. If you weren't sure about that, just add that little note in there to yours. Okay. Dumbo is twice as old, so 2n, plus 2 years. And then after that, we're finding a third. So all of that to find a third needs to be divided by 3. Alternatively, actually, with that one, you could have also written that using a bracket, and then writing a third in the front. Trying to find a third of it. There, okay. Then the last one. Albert is Nellie squared, so we're going to square it, then tripled, and then 4 less. Okay. So now on this slide, I want you to pause the video here, and I want you to have a go at writing these expressions and then come back so that you can collect the answers, please. Okay, hopefully you're back for the answers. Your answers are there, so you can mark those off, take your photo, and send